And that's what we should try to obtain with boats as well, because at this moment you find derelict hulls, and that is very harmful for the image of our beloved water sports, and that's something we must avoid.
Okay. Yes?
Hi, I live in Spain and we have a problem with the boats. They're abandoned in the marinas and the marinas cannot dispose of them. They are stuck there for 5 years. The marinas don't want to dispose of them because they think they can still get money for the next 5 years, and they're just occupying space. And if you try and buy a boat from a boatyard, they try to charge you the boatyard fees, which becomes a burden for getting rid of old boats.
Yeah. Is that, let's say, in relation to the terms and conditions used in Spain?
I think they're trying to change it to 3 years or something if it's been abandoned, but I'm not sure.
Because, let's say...
We did it, We did it. In our terms and conditions, but also on the water sports clubs, in the terms and conditions it's arranged that when a boat is over there and there's no owner, or there's nobody paying for the cost, and after 6 months, then you can be the owner of the boat and you can do whatever you like. This is the old boat. So sell it or scrap it or whatever.
But I know boats that have been abandoned for 15 years in the same marina.
Yeah, they don't have good general terms and conditions.
The slight difficulty in Spain is that obviously you've got regional, government rights, and the law isn't as clear as it is in the UK. And contractually, certainly in the UK, when you take your boat into a marina, if you don't pay your fees and you walk away from it, the marina can get the rights, to recover that. What we've seen in the case of Gladys and her 30 friends was a joined up approach in terms of the marina needs to make sure that legally it is watertight in terms of being the party to sell the vessel. The marina needs to be open to the fact that to offering free lifting, to offer it, to giving access to people to bring vehicles to take those boats away. And you need someone in the chain like us who can see a potential commercial opportunity to match by that. But what the Gladys principle shows us is that given the right audience, whether there's people who want to buy the boat and refurbish it, but as we pointed out with Bram's business and other businesses in the UK, the demanufacture and taking apart of boats for engines, winches, all of that is a sound business model. So there's opportunities. I think it just needs a more, as I say, sewn up approach.
Yeah, sorry, the problem we have is that the marina has a value on the boat, on the berth. So to recycle that boat or to reuse it down the line, somebody's already got to spend 15, 20 grand just on marina fees before he even takes occupancy of the boat.
Yes, but in Gladys's case, the marina knew that they weren't going to get the fee. So those 30 boats, the owners had walked away. Yeah, there was no way of recovering the money. So the marina can sit there all day long and say, you know what, I'm going to get this 5,000 that I'm owed for mooring fees. I'm going to get it. They tried to pursue the people, never got it. All right. They took the approach of, well, actually, all right, if we move these boats on, we can get rid of them. We can put the new people in. Okay. And in Gladys's case, all of the Gladys boats, the £98,000 in value comes from freeing up 30 berths to be able to put proper fee-paying boats in there.
Okay. Are there more questions? Then I'd like to give everybody, let's say, the final word.
Sorry, there is a question.
Sorry.
So I just wanted to come back on, you briefly mentioned the destruction in the Caribbean. There you've got a figure of something like over 800 boats that could be written off. Is there any chance of there being some sort of regulation in this, that you have pretty new boats being written off and what can happen to those boats? And a question for Albert as well. When you have new materials like this, you've mentioned you can make some sort of composite panels with them, but if you've got pretty clean material, can you actually be a bit more specific about what you can generate from that? What are you going to use those panels for?
Oh yeah, you cannot make a new boat hull because you have to embed the parts, the flakes or the strips into a little bit of new resin. So you never will be able to make a very thin-walled boat hull So you have to look for other products like profiles for canals, retaining walls, or for building materials like panels. So products that need to be strong and need to be water resistant. So you make other type of products. You should not intend to make a new boat hull again with this method. So you make another circle, so to speak. So don't stay in the same circle, but go to other products, and then you use the value of the properties that are in the material still.
Can you give an example?
Maybe let's say the replacement of plywood to this panel.
You have these wood-based panels, OSB for instance, oriented strand board for instance. Well, this is a very nice building material, but cannot stand moisture. Well, this material can. Another example is profiles for retaining walls that you can vibrate into the soil to make a straight shore of a canal. In Holland we use lots of tropical hardwood profiles for that at the moment, so we could replace it. And we did a demonstrator project with this in Almere, and I'm glad to give you some articles or photographs of this project. And this is based on these reused boats. So I can provide you with these examples what you can do with it, but you have to make other products than boat hulls with it.
And this can be easily recycled.
Yeah.
That's
again.
an important point, it can be recycled again.
And then you stay in this other circle, so to speak.
Important point.
Yeah.
Can we also, let's say, mention that it doesn't rely on the recycled material from the boating industry, but you can use also materials from other industries?
Sure, yes.
That was also one of the questions,
Yep.
to have more volume.
Sure.
And to
Yeah. What Pierre also mentioned is that the composite industry only has a very small percentage in the boat industry, but composites are used in large amounts for windmill blades, for tanks, for building products. So there's lots more, and they can be processed at the end of their life in the same manner. So it doesn't matter where you have windmill blades or old tanks for feedstock, for instance, or building products. So you can use it, and it's important to have volume to create an industry. At the moment we are busy with making it an industrial process, so that you make it economically interesting, and also to reach a certain quality level. Because the first thing, or many people ask me the question, what can be the quality guarantee if you put in boats or windmill blades or other parts? And we have to solve this, and we are busy on this.
So it's a nice thought that you can make your new swimming pool out of your old boat.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
Very good. Because we are running, let's say, to the time of 2 o'clock. Everybody one-liners of final comments?
Yeah, old boats, they're not very sexy, but I think that we've got to look at ways that we can, make it more circular, because cutting them up and throwing them away, all right, doesn't to us seem the best option.
Okay.
I have to violently disagree with Neil, because the one thing that Jeroen and I do have in common is that we both own a rather old boat, which is definitely not end of use.
Okay.
We are very glad that the first step is made to do something with the old ERP and to make money out of it instead of making cost out of it.
Okay.
I'm confident that we will reach to an industrial process of reusing the polyester boat hulls.
Okay, I think the French experience with this new regulation will be interesting to follow, and we are ready to give you all the figures and explain how it's going on, and because I'm sure that other European countries will also follow this and try to adopt similar regulations. So I think it's very important, and be sure that we try to keep the cost as low as possible. The eco-tax, we shall try to get maximum money from the government for this, but our experience is important, and if we arrive really to 25,000 boats dismantled in the next 5 years. We shall have good statistics, and this will change also the mind of the boat owners because it will be something natural and not something exceptional.
Okay,
Thank you.
that was it. I can, let's say, conclude very well that looking at this seminar and compared to the last 2 years, we made a lot of progress, but still we need some coordination. And I can, like EBI is saying, there was a meeting in summertime which we both attended, and we had an offer from the European Commission, so maybe we have to.
And Albert, where do people go to find out more information about this and to learn? Peter, is there a resource where?
Let's say.
I would say this: the METSTRADE online community, which we now have 5,000 members and growing every day, I'm pleased to say, has a sustainability section, and we keep putting information about this subject on there. We really invite people to put their ideas and their experiences forward, so it becomes a collaborative kind of forum, and we keep that going, and we really welcome everybody to get involved, because what I see, having been involved in this the last couple of years, is the progress we've made is simply by getting people like this talking together, sharing ideas and moving it forward. So if we keep going, then I think we'll be successful.
Yeah.
There is also a website, Boat Digest,
Yes.
by the European Community, which is giving a lot of information for the boat owners, for the boat dismantlers, and so that's something to look at, because there are a lot of informations.
Okay. Thank you very much for attending.